In this video today, we're going to talk about why every man over 45 is thinking about retiring in Thailand. I think a lot of people in the West are feeling burnt out, in their job, which is pretty standard. I know I felt like that years and years ago when I left for Thailand. People do get very, very stressed when they get to that kind of age, 45. I think, life starts to catch up with you. You're normally married. You've normally got a pretty decent job. You've normally got kids, you've got a house, you've got a lot of responsibility. And I think a lot of guys especially want to escape. They want to get out of this, They want to take the missus and the kids and they go abroad and kind of escape the kind of rat race as it is. Now, my brother's just done this. He's just emigrated to Australia. He was a teacher in the UK and he was like, okay, teaching's quite difficult. I've been teaching over in England for 20 years. And then he's like, okay, I want to change. I want to, break out. I want to earn some more money. There's more opportunities out in Australia. So he decided to go to. Myself, I decided to come out to Thailand originally. I've also worked in China a little bit as a teacher. But, a lot of my time I spent in Thailand. And now I'm back in Thailand again. Now, I think it does depend on what job you do. If you can take your job. I was quite lucky. My brother's quite lucky. We're both teachers. We can do this abroad. But, for a lot of people, maybe a lorry driver or work in a factory, then it's quite difficult to move abroad. You can't really do that job online. So I suggest, maybe you can think of something you could do online and do that alongside your job. I've been doing that myself. I was working as a teacher. And then I've been doing YouTube and Facebook, social media on the side for maybe 3-4 years now. I've earned no money from it, to be honest with you. I'm only just starting to, okay, now maybe I can start monetizing it and start making money from it now, 3 years later. So I've thought about this a few years ago, how can I maybe get out of teaching and do something alongside teaching that I can do when I'm a bit older. I don't want to be a teacher, after 50. So hopefully this next year I'm going to go full-time on YouTube. Oh, just do us a massive favour, guys. Just press the red button, the subscribe button. It's free, really helps the channel. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subs before Christmas. I'm struggling a bit. Thanks for helping us out. And back to the video, guys. I think people come out here for a slower pace of life, a bit of freedom. If you're working online, it's definitely freedom, or you're retiring out here. They come out for the climate for sure. They definitely come out here for a lower cost of living. Out in Thailand, it is a lot cheaper than it would be back in the West in comparison. So if you're earning, this much online, that money is going to go a hell of a lot further in Thailand than it would do in, let's say, America or the UK or definitely Australia. I know how expensive it is over there now, and Canada. So you guys are, I know you guys are struggling with the cost of living more than anybody, actually, especially Australia. Let us know in the comments about Canada. I'm not quite sure, but I know so many Aussies have been complaining to me about, how expensive it is in some of the cities to, live these days, especially places like Sydney. I think it's a good opportunity to reinvent yourself when you come out to somewhere like Thailand. It is a great place. You can kind of start again in life. That's what I felt like when I came over to Thailand when I was 36. Yeah, everything didn't always go according to plan. That's life. Things didn't quite work out the way I thought they would. But, I got on okay. And I, never looked back. I never ever dreamt of going back to England. I was always like, okay, this is my life now in Thailand. Eventually, met my wife here and bought houses here and had kids here and settled out in Thailand. I definitely think that, living in Thailand makes you feel younger. It did to me when I moved out here. I think it's the climate and just the atmosphere in Thailand. Definitely marrying a younger lady as well helped. And that moves nicely on to, the next topic, which would be like dating and companionship. Many guys, if you're 45 and you're coming out here with without a missus, you haven't found anybody yet. Thailand is one of the best places in the world to meet, a companion, friend, girlfriend, partner, whatever you want to call it. I think when you come out to Thailand, it gives you financial independence. You can live on here about $1,500 to about $2,500 per month. So, considerably cheaper than maybe some areas in the West. You can live cheaper than that and you can spend more money than that, but it is a lot cheaper in Thailand to live. You don't need to be rich, guys. You just need to be smart with your finances when you come out here and not, get into the entertainment districts too much. Yeah, maybe a first week or two, enjoy it, have a bit of fun, and then settle down into life in Thailand, into normal life in Thailand. Your Western pensions and your remote income is going to go a lot further over here as well. your lifestyle is going to be a lot healthier out here as long as you stay away from them entertainment zones. You know, there's lots of gyms available, the outdoor lifestyle, walking on the beaches, walking in the mountains. You know, there's lots of great activities you can do out in Thailand. And the availability of fresh food and vegetables is very, very important, I think, in Thailand. I think a lot of guys come over here and they lose weight. Well, they should do, unless they're drinking too much Chang. But, you know, you'll lose weight, you'll feel better. Maybe you'll come off some of the medications you've been taking. I know everyone takes medications these days, which is not good for the body. And it definitely gives you a mental health boost, you know, being in the sun all the time. It's definitely good for you. There's a strong expat community living out here. As long as you live in one of the, you know, popular expat or retirement areas, there's lots of people to hang with, you know, in the same boat as yourself. You know, some are still working online, some are retired, some are long-term expats here working in schools or in other businesses in Thailand, guys. And here you will feel less isolated for sure in Thailand than you would do back in the UK or America. It's a lot different, to be honest with you. You know, there's lots of people that... I think people are generally happier because they're living abroad. They're in the sun all the time. Yeah, you do get the odd miserable bugger. But, you know, generally people are, you know, happier. So why 45 the perfect age? Well, you know, you've got a bit of wisdom. You've got a bit of age behind you. You've got a bit of experience of life. I think that's important. You know, even me when I came out here at 36, I'd lived a bit before. Quite a bit, actually. But I can't really repeat that on YouTube. Yeah, so I lived a bit before, and then I think that's a good thing before you come out to Thailand to have done that. I mean, you can, if you're not sure, you know, about coming out here to live. You can come out for long visits, come out for extended holidays and have a look, see what you think. See if it's a place you'd like to settle in. It is a fantastic country to live in. I lived here over 13 years now, something like that. I kind of forget the years, to be honest. And, you know, I don't really look back now. My life is in Thailand. I mean, sometimes I'm back in England like I am at the moment, just the last couple of weeks for a holiday. You know, I can afford to do that living in Thailand. And even when I came out at 36, I was like, damn, why didn't I do this 10 years before? You know, I really wish I'd kind of come out here when I maybe just after graduating, to be honest with you. Once I got my degree, maybe done a couple of years here just to see what it was like, and then gone out. So, you know, if you're 40, 45, 50, you know, it's never too late to change, do something different with your life, go in a new direction. Depends how you are, you know. If you're happy with your job and you're happy to come over here in retirement, that's cool too. And if you just want to come here for holidays, that's cool too, you know. Everyone's different. Everyone wants different things. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video today, a little bit different one today, and I'll see you on the next video.